Hi everyone, this is Citlalli with Nicantlagoan Warriors, and today I wanted to talk about Raza Cosmica. This concept is praised all over Mexico and other Latin American countries, but the actual ideology behind it has not been fully exposed. So let me share with you some of the research that we've been doing for a long time. And basically, the Raza Cosmica, this is an essay written in 1925 by Jose Vasconcelos, who was a criollo, a foreigner born on indigenous land, who wrote this essay in 1925. He was a philosopher, educator, and at one point was appointed the Secretary of Public Education at Mexico under President Obregón. So basically, and let me show you a snapshot of what this means. We're very used to this concept, Viva la Raza, Arriba la Raza. We think it's a positive thing. It comes through us through the Chicano movement. It comes through us through positive examples, right, of cultural identity. But what we don't understand is the true ideology behind Raza Cosmica. So let me just read one excerpt of this essay to give you a better idea. So let me quote. The days of pure whites, the victors of today, are as numbered as they were in the days of their predecessors. Having fulfilled their destiny of mechanizing the world, they themselves have set, without knowing it, the basis for the new period, a period of fusion and the mixing of all peoples. As you can tell, it's a very celebratory tone, talking about invasion and genocide. This criollo does not acknowledge whatsoever the genocide, the destruction of our civilizations. If anything, he considers the indigenous people uncivilized and have only yet met civilization thanks to Christianity. Let me read another example. This is written in his prologue in 1948. This essay was initially published in 1925, and at the same time, throughout those years, he actually, through the coming of Hitler, he was actually paid as a journalist, as a propagandist of the magazine called Timón, which was the Spanish language propaganda magazine of Nazi Germany. He contributed to this magazine and was a paid propagandist by the Nazi regime for a couple of issues. It didn't last too long, but it's documented on there. So let me show you and read to you what he thought of the indigenous people of this continent. And he says, the decline of Asiatic peoples can be attributed to their isolation, but also and without doubt, primarily to the fact that they have not been Christianized. A religion such as Christianity made the American Indians advance in a few centuries from cannibalism to a relative degree of civilization, end quote. So how is this a positive example of identity and Mexican nationalism? It is not. What we have to understand is that the concept of Raza Cosmica, the concept of being a new race, this is a project of white supremacy. He was a eugenist as much as other people that were part of his circle of intellectuals. These were white supremacists who were striving for a white Mexico. They didn't care to preserve an indigenous Mexico. They referenced indigenism, they referenced indigeneity, but they did not strive to contribute and to enhance it in our culture because they're about white supremacy. And so let me explain to you that the whole concept of cosmic race is basically saying that the white race has done a beautiful job in mixing all these cultures together, and they are the divine force behind this miscegenation, and their culture, their language, and their religion should be the foundation on which humanity thrives. That, in a nutshell, is the ideology of Raza Cosmica. And also, let me continue this expose of Raza Cosmica by sharing with you that he contributed to Timón, which was a Nazi magazine written in the Spanish language, in which he completely celebrated Hitler and he celebrated the concepts of Aryan nationhood. This article, written in Spanish, it's called La Revista Timón y la Colaboración Nazi de Jose Vasconcelos. It's basically a summary of his contributions to the magazine Timón. And I am going to read an excerpt that he wrote in the magazine in 1940. And he says, Habrán de reconocer la grandeza de Hitler, no limitada al pueblo alemán, sino desplazada hacia todos los hombres que caminan sobre los accidentados y penosos territorios de la civilización. La verdadera grandeza está en los directores de hombres, y Hitler es el más grande de todos. Let me try to translate that. It says, he must be recognized. So Hitler's greatness must be recognized, and not limited to the German country, but also to all the men displaced throughout those wondrous walks of past who accidentally palmed into the territories of civilization. The true greatness is in the directors of men like Hitler, and who is the greatest of them all. This is Jose Vasconcelos. This is the Hitler lover who wrote La Raza Cosmica, the cosmic race. The next time we consider ourselves Raza, the next time we try to embrace such a concept, I really, really, really encourage you to be critical of such concepts, to understand that these concepts are founded in a white supremacy culture that is embedded with the destruction of our indigenous identity. We are not Raza, we are not Hispanic, we are not Latino, we are not mestizo. We are an indigenous people who have been disrupted by white supremacy. We are not a new race that has been created by white supremacy. This is Citlalli from Nicantlaco Women Warriors. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the PowerPoint presentation of Raza Cosmica.